Hey guys, thank you all so much for tuning in to another episode of Polytone TV. My name is Brandon Karadzinski, and today we are going to be doing another music review, and it's actually going to be of an acoustic EP titled Rebel Revised, and it was released by an artist known as London Kyle. Now this EP, Rebel Revised, is actually based on, it's actually a reimagination EP of an album titled Rebel Revive, which was released by London Kyle's former band known as Jamie's Elsewhere. Jamie's Elsewhere was a band that was around for a little while, but they disbanded about a year ago. There wasn't much reason or explanation as to why the disbandment happened, but not too focused on that. I'm more focused on this release, this EP, because when I first heard about this EP coming out, I got really excited because I really loved the Rebel Revive album, and I really wanted to see how a few of the tracks off of that record would be interpreted and put into acoustic form. So this EP is 5 tracks, and we're going to be going through track by track, reviewing each one. So let's check it out. The EP opens with the track titled The Illusionist, and this was actually one of the first singles that came out with the Rebel Revive album that Jamie's Elsewhere put out. And when they put that out, I really liked it. It was just one of the catchiest tracks on the album, and it was definitely my favorite track off the album. But it's again on this EP, it's once again my favorite track on the EP as well. I really love the acoustic reimagination of this track. I thought that the arrangement was really nicely done. It just kind of gave a whole new life and a whole new stylization to the track. There was already some catchy elements to it in the previous recording, but there was the whole heavy aspect of it. But I really loved this rendition of it. It had more. It just felt like it had more R&B, more soul to it, which I really liked. And I thought that the vocals really showcased how this song should really be interpreted. Track number 2 is a song called Rebel Revive. And now when this song was originally released on the Jamie's Elsewhere album, it was kind of more of a kind of more of an anthemic rock. I mean, yeah, they had some heavy elements to it, but it was definitely more anthemic. But I like this interpretation of it because it turned out to be more of a ballad. And I don't know which version I like better. I think both are really cool interpretations, but I really especially like this one because I felt like the lyrics were just more legible, rather than because you had to deal with some scream vocals in the Jamie's Elsewhere cut of the song. And yeah, overall I thought this track was just really well done. The acoustics sounded really nice with it, and really great job on this track. Track number 3 is a song called Sick Fiction. Now this was another single that was originally released on the Jamie's Elsewhere album, and this was actually the first track that came out for this acoustic reimagination EP, and I really liked it. I thought that everything just went well together. The acoustics blended well with the orchestration. I thought the strings were a nice touch. Overall, it was just a really well done track, and I thought that this song was really a great way to show off the strong lyrical content that the song contained, as well as also show off some of the range that London Kyle has. So really great job on this track. Track number 4 on the EP was a song titled The Cover Up. Now when The Cover Up came out on the Rebel Revive album by Jamie's Elsewhere, it was kind of a more fast-paced, high-tempoed kind of song, but then it was just for this version, it was just kind of slowed down and more ballad-based, and I really liked it. I really did like this version of it. I don't know if I liked it as much as the original cut of it because I just kind of like that high pace, but I thought that this song overall was just really well done. I thought that it really showed off the better part of London Kyle's range, and I thought it was a really solid track. And again, it just might be a bias. I kind of personally prefer the original cut of the song, but this was a really great rendition, so good job on that. Track number 5 and the last track of this EP is titled Ghost with an Image. Now this song actually wasn't on Rebel Revive. This was actually a single that was released prior to the album, and honestly this was the one track that I wasn't too familiar with, simply because when I used to listen to James Ellsworth back in the day, I followed them more closely with their full-length album releases. So I kind of had to go back and listen to the original cut of the song to really make some educated comparisons between the two, and between the original cut and this new acoustic version of the song. And overall, I thought it was just really cool. It was a sweet arrangement, and the vocals were really. That's a running thing throughout this entire EP. I thought the vocals were just really, really great, really excellent. Good sound to them, and the arrangement on this track was really cool. But for me on this track, the one thing that I have to give props where props are due is that this song featured an acoustic breakdown. And I don't think I've ever heard a song feature an acoustic, a reimagination track feature an acoustic breakdown in a song. And I thought some people would think it's like, oh, that's kind of dorky having a breakdown in the middle of the song. Like, absolutely not. I really enjoyed this because it worked for me. I really liked this track overall. So overall, I really enjoyed this reimagination EP, Rebel Revised. I thought it was a really great release from London Kyle. I think it really just makes a statement of the potential that this guy has. He's got a great voice, and he's obviously, because of the lyrics that are in these tracks, he shows that he's a very good lyricist, and I think that he can only grow further from here. As far as the EP goes, the thing that I like most about this EP is, well, for one thing, I normally don't listen to reimagination versions of reimagination albums or EPs of songs that were done by a full band at all, because a lot of times they just kind of turn out a little bit, they just seem kind of boring, a little lackluster. They just seem like turn out to be just those songs played on acoustic guitars. But no, I felt like this EP was really well done. I thought that there was a good amount of time put into it. The arrangements were really cool, and I think overall the best thing about this EP for me is that listening to these songs and comparing them to their original cuts is that I feel like these songs were best suited to be played this way to begin with. And it's not that I didn't enjoy the original cuts, because I really do love the original cuts. I really did love that album, but I felt like these songs being presented in this way on acoustic with the kind of R&B esque vocals and all, I felt like it just felt like a more natural fit. It just felt like how these songs should have been presented from the very beginning. And again, I love the original cuts, but I really felt that this was a more natural fit for these songs. To rate this EP on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give this a solid 9. I thought that it was just a really great release, and a really cool reimagination of tracks by a band that's kind of heavy. So really great job to London Kyle on that, and I'm really excited to see how the rest of his music career is going to unfold. So keep up the good work, man. Thank you all so much for watching this episode of Polytone TV. Thank you all for those of you who have subscribed, watched any of my videos so far. I'm just starting out, but I'm already liking what I'm seeing as far as like the responses I've been getting, the amount of views that I've been getting just very early on, and I'd like to keep that growth going. So subscribe to the channel, share my videos around, leave a comment if you have any recommendations or any questions for me personally. Just feel free to leave a comment or send me a message. So until next time, tune in for more. See ya.